Hello, Algebra 2. This is the CFR3 half-sheet helper. Yes, I know it's a full sheet. I'm going to make notes on the top. You can make notes on the bottom one if you want. Here is what we're getting at. All right, here's the deal. Like I've been saying, there are 6 possible things that we could have in any time we talk about the transformations and we're describing them, okay? We could have a positive or negative A value. So this counts as 1. This counts as 1. So think of the positive and negative as its separate thing. And then think of the A as a separate thing. And now we have this thing that works for any function. Hopefully that shows up at some point on over here on the left side. And this works for any function. That's why the F of, this means this is any function right here. This is any function, okay? Then once again, we have the positive or negative. Then we have a B. Treat those separately, treat those separately. So our 6 things are right in here. We have a positive or negative on the outside. We have a positive or negative on the outside. We have an A value, a B value that can be positive or negative, an H and a K. Again, anything inside of the function. It could be what's being squared or square rooted or cube rooted or absolute valued. It doesn't matter. If it's inside the function, that works horizontally. If it's outside the function, it works vertically. Let's take a look here real quick. We're going to do some highlighting. I'm going to do some highlighting. Start here. We're going to look at this value right here. If this value is positive, we have no change. If this value is negative, this is a, oh, I probably should, let's do this. No change. If this value is negative, it's a reflection over the x-axis. And that's because it's a vertical reflection. It's reflecting over the x-axis, vertical reflection, okay? Next value that we have, go with another color. We'll go with the A. This A value, again, I know it doesn't always make sense, but we're going to treat these as separate things. Treat the positive or negative as 1 and treat the A value as its own value. If this value right here, again, if we're treating these separate, if this value is greater, if A is greater than 1, it's a vertical stretch. If A is somehow between 0 and 1, it's a vertical compression. Okay. I'm going to do my last vertical one also here real quick. We're going to do all the verticals. Again, vertical happens outside of the function. That's this guy over here. This K value. If K is greater than 0 or K is positive, we'll just write that. Positive K means it translates up. Goes up. Negative K goes down. Okay. We've taken care of all the vertical things. Okay. Now let's take care of the horizontal. Horizontal happens inside of the function. If this value, let's get this going here. If this value right here, that's going to determine, that's a reflection again. It's going to determine if it's a reflection over the x-axis or not. Okay. And so how we do that, so for this one right here, if it's positive, we have no change. If it's negative, we have a reflection. over the x-axis. Reflection over the x-axis. So now if you're counting longer than me, we had three items that could happen vertically. We're gonna have 3 things that happen horizontally. We've talked about 1. Let's go to the next one. Let's see here. This B value. All right, I'm gonna draw a bit of an arrow here to get to it. If this B value, if B is greater than 1, just like we've been talking about, right? It's the opposite of the outside. If A was greater than 1, we had a vertical stretch. If B is greater than 1, we have a horizontal compression. And if B is between 0 and 1, we have a horizontal stretch. Okay. Last part is our x minus h thing here. We're going to do this all in one shot. Do this in this reddish color here. I'm going to highlight this whole thing because I think it makes a big difference here. If you see x minus a number, if you see x minus a number, this means it's going right. If you see x plus a number, or if you see x minus a negative number, this goes left. It's a little counterintuitive. I know it's just like how the opposite way that the vertical stretch and horizontal stretch and compression work. Same happens with the left and right. It's a little bit opposite, okay? And now, what do I mean? I'm gonna go back here and just kind of do something real quick with A. Let's say this is like -3 multiplying out front. Think of this as 2 separate things. Think of this as like -1 times 3, because that would give you the reflection, and that 3 value would give you the stretch or compression. In this case, it'd be a stretch if it was outside multiplying. Okay, that is your quick half sheet helper. Take that bottom one, highlight, do whatever you want to do with it, and there you go. Have a great day.